Welcome back to another Entrepreneur Truth Talk. Today, I'm so excited to have Kyla. She's such a good soul. We met at Dharma Yoga Loft in Paso, and she is here to talk about essential oils and childbirth education, and you're just going to love it. So, hi, Kyla. Welcome.
Hi. Thanks for having me, Lisa. I'm so excited to be here and just to
Oh,
spend more time with you. You're such a
yes.
lovely, lovely person.
Thank
It's
you.
always a
Thank
good
you.
time.
Yes, yeah, our energy is like, all right. And you have
Good.
such a positive energy. And so I wanted to bring it to the world. So
Thank
let's get
you.
started here. We were talking earlier before we went on camera because I just have 1,000 questions for you and thought, well, I don't want to keep you here for an hour, but can you just start with, what you do and your journey? Because I love your journey.
Okay. I can. I I guess I would say for me, this journey that I'm on right now that I'm really feeling and activated in started about 5.5 years ago when I started working with my midwife as her midwifery assistant in the home birth setting, attending births. And there's a lot of confusion around that role. A lot of people
Mm-hmm.
think that when I say that I'm a doula, and although we do all of the wonderful things that doulas do, I'm there more as a team with my midwife and ensuring the safety and the health of mama and baby throughout pregnancy, labor, birth, and postpartum. Um, it's been really such a magical journey and one of the greatest gifts of my life to be able to be in that realm and sharing those sacred moments with families, to be there to serve them in that way has been so magnificent. um, that really kind of led me into another part of my journey, which is teaching childbirth education. And I've been doing that more privately, sometimes just with clients that we have had in midwifery. I'm ready to bring my childbirth education classes to the public and offer them in a larger capacity. I have, I feel like I have several different pieces of this journey. I've brought in essential oils into the work that I do. That's because when I was studying for childbirth education, I wanted to, I wanted to bring in more healing modalities, more coping tools that I could offer people that were natural and safe and that enhanced their lives from anything acute to chronic to just on the daily. And essential oils really does that. And so through that part of my journey, I've kind of opened up another area in my business where I just want to serve whoever I can and reach whoever I can to share essential oils with. So I've been educating that way as well. That's been really fun. But I do feel like I keep getting called back to my birth work. That does seem to be where I want to spend my time and I want to focus.
Ah, it's
So
such beautiful work. And you are a mother,
I
right?
am
We
a
are.
mother.
Yes, we are both mothers. So when I hear childbirth, three of them, not the best experience. So
No.
to know that there is someone out there who like your soul is calling you to do that and to help mothers and you know, partners and everyone who's involved. I just
Yeah.
think that is so it's just a beautiful calling. So thank you.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I I get I get thanked often for this kind of work, and it kind of blows me away every time because I really do feel like it's a gift to me. More, I feel like I'm getting so much more than I'm receiving in those moments and in those experiences and opportunities. So
Yeah, yeah, I bet. Oh, and just the little babies, but I could go on about that forever.
yes.
I do because I think people are interested in essential oils, a little more mainstream now. So I did want to ask you a couple questions about that because for me, I don't know where to start. You see them all. You go to the health food store or somebody talks about it. It's like, oh, well, I don't know what I need and what do I do? And so, how do you go about that? Because I've seen you in action talking to people at the wellness lounge, and I just, listen like, oh, wow, cool. But I don't, it's a little overwhelming.
It is overwhelming. It's a big topic and there's a lot of confusion. Unfortunately, there's a lot of adulteration and corruption within the industry because it isn't regulated by the FDA. And so people have a lot of questions about the safety and the efficacy of essential oils. And so I do always like to start with helping people understand that not all essential oils are created equally. And there is a lot of corruption, the adulteration and diluted with other things. And then even, plants like peppermint is a good example, but it can be made synthetically. And so sometimes you might be using an essential oil that doesn't even actually have any of the plant chemistry in it. It's a completely synthetic product. And although it may smell good, you're not going to have those therapeutic benefits. And that's why we use essential oils, because they have this chemistry. They have these molecules and compounds in them that are designed to protect and heal the plant. And we extract those to do the same things for our own bodies. And when you don't have that level of chemistry, then you won't have any benefits. And that's why a lot of people, I think, just put them back on the shelf and think, oh, that doesn't work. What's that going to do?
And go take another antibiotic.
Yes, right. Which have their places too, but there are so many essential oils that have been used for centuries for those exact purposes, and we don't build up resistances to them. So they have a really valuable place.
Great point.
Medicine.
Yes.
So safety, just choosing companies that are able to provide you with safety testing, chemistry testing, third-party lab analysis is really important. And if a company can't do that, then you should be asking why. Why not?
So you'd give classes, do classes, and then kind of teach people what to look for, like you just talked about.
Yeah, and I'm not really. I'm not here to talk about brands, and I say that in my workshops, and I really don't even mention brands. I do have preferences, but I think that so do other people, and I'm happy to work with other people as long as we know that we have something that is truly therapeutic and safe. But my purpose and mission really is to talk about essential oils and how powerful they are and how we can use them and why they're important and why we can bring them into our health and well-being and how to maximize all of the benefits.
You know where my marketing brain is going with this right now, Kyla?
I'm
like, ooh, she could do a freebie for email signups. I want to give me like a cheat sheet.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
That's a great idea. It is.
I just all the time. That's where my brain goes. But yeah, I think that would be well, it'd be so helpful, right? Of, just something basic that we can digest, these newbies, and wouldn't be totally like, oh, I don't even know. I can't do that. So anyway, just a little tip.
No, that's an excellent idea. I appreciate that. You're so wonderful about generating ideas and being creative and helping us think outside of the box.
Thank you. Thank you. Another question for you, as you have been going through this journey, and I love that you are just totally honest about, well, I went here and then I went here and now I'm here and now I want to do this, because that's what an entrepreneur journey is all about, right? It's not just straight line. It's woo, 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 woo. And because you're so creative, you move where the flow of the energy and your passion goes. And so my question for you is, has there been a struggle with this, or we'll just leave it at that. Has there been a struggle in your journey?
I would say yes, absolutely. Lots of struggles. And, not being able to just follow that streamline is probably one of the roots of the struggles. And I feel like it's becoming easier as I'm just embracing and realizing that it doesn't go like that. Nothing is linear, and it never has been. And whenever whenever I get stuck in that mindset of just, staying on one path, there so much resistance is created. And that's a really good indication, like, okay, it's time to like surrender and let go and be open to the things. So this journey has definitely been that way for me. And, being an entrepreneur and a mom, and it's hard to juggle the balances of both and everything in between. And so when we have these visions or these ideas of what we want to do, and we just want to put it out there right away, but it takes so much time to it just takes time. It's a process. And especially juggling that with finding the balance at home and with my family, and then my own self-care as well.
Yes.
It's
a lot.
It is a lot. It is, for anyone. I think this is a pretty common struggle, but knowing that things are going to take place in good time, in their own time. And I'm seeing that I'm in this about 2 years now, and I'm not at all where I thought that I would be 2 years down the line. But I also feel like I'm at a good place, and I've felt like that at every time. Like there are wins, there are small wins. It's not about getting to the end result. It's not about one gigantic win. It's celebrating all of the wins along the way, and those keep me fueled up and inspired. And the expansion of growth happens with every single one of those too. Those little triumphs, be them big or small, however they are.
That's such a great way to look at it. And I'll add the people that we meet along the way, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, we met in a yoga studio.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, what do you do? What do you do? I'm here doing coaching, and and now Jenna, the owner of Dharma Yoga, and you have teamed up to bring a beautiful thing to light. And so if you could tell us about that, that would be great.
Oh, I would love to. This has been something that's been on my heart for several years. So it has been something that I've talked about, something that I've shared, but also something that I've kind of kept sacred to my heart, just holding it closely. And finally able to just set it free. I have a really strong sense to want to nurture the mama, and that probably just goes back to my own journey, and knowing what it feels like to be nurtured, and then also wanting that nurturing, and realizing just like how important it is when you take care of not just a little being, but when you take care of the mama and then the community. It's this ripple effect, and I want to strengthen our community, and I want to do that, starting with mama and baby. And so I'm Jenna and I are working together to offer a community mother's blessing, which is traditionally known as a blessing way. We don't necessarily call them blessing ways because that does belong to the Navajo culture and people. And so out of respect, we kind of tend to call them mother's blessings, but it's the same idea, a mother-centered kind of retreat where we honor this sacred rite of passage and what a mama is going through, whether it's the first time or the third, 10th, or last time. We have this transformative event that happens to us every time we do give birth and bring forth life. And in our culture, I feel like we really have learned to just skip over how sacred it is and how important it is to really take some time to honor and to witness a person in this rite of passage and to support them as they are going forward. And I think that really shows up just in our kids and in these generations. The less that we get as parents, the less I feel like we're able to give, and the less connected we are as parents, I feel like the less connected we are as,
Mhm.
as caregivers
Yep.
to our children. And it just is, just kind of starts this trend. So I really want to bring back that sense of connection, that is so strong in our our
Yeah.
lineage and our ancestry and so on and so
Mm-hmm.
forth.
Oh my gosh, it's so just so beautiful to think of that journey and to have that nurturing and that care. Oh, instead of, okay, you get 8 weeks maternity leave, now get back to work, even though you're still bleeding or what have you, right? That no one talks about either. And then
Absolutely.
boom, throw you out into the world. Yeah, so I love this. This is a much better way to go about it. So is this a retreat that you're hosting?
Yeah, so we'll be hosting this at Dharma Yoga Loft,
Okay.
which seems fitting because that's kind of where everything started for Jenna and I too.
Mhm.
Um, and it's just a beautiful place. It will be her space upstairs is so peaceful. It feels so good, and I think to just be held in that space will be a wonderful place to hold this retreat. It's a ceremony as well. So we'll
Okay.
pull in some of the traditional ceremonial type practices and we'll infuse that with some other really special gifts that Jenna and I share on our own. I like to teach this practice with using the labyrinth as a labor tool for meditation, which is what we use a labyrinth for anyway.
Mhm.
But we'll use that for meditation and for breath work. And Jenna will include some prenatal yoga and, of course, a beautiful sound bath. And then we'll have, like I said, some other traditional practices
Mm.
that are,
That
yeah,
sounds
engaged
wonderful.
in this type of ceremony. I just did one privately on Saturday, and it was absolutely beautiful. It really,
Mhm.
the feeling that is cultivated when sisters come together to support each other and to uplift each other at this time, it's just there's almost no words. It's all feeling. It
Yeah.
feels it just feels like such an honor,
Mm.
and so I'm excited to support and to witness and honor as many mamas as we can reach through this. Our idea is to offer these seasonally and to move around the county in different locations so that we
Mm.
might be more accessible to different people, and then
Yeah.
also just to kind of change the environment along with the seasons as well.
It's a great idea. Now, so this is for pregnant mamas and mamas with newborns?
This is for
Or
pregnant mamas, and
okay.
this is very interesting that you say that because I have had a lot of feedback from people that we want something like this for postpartum postpartum mamas as well.
Mm.
And so that is now something that the wheels are turning, the ideas are coming, things are being generated on that side of it too, which feels
Yeah.
perfect because it is, as the labyrinth even demonstrates, is that we on our on our journeys we have this inward spiral path that we take until
Mhm.
we get to that middle, and there's always a return. That's the balance of it, and you
Mm.
you go in one person and you come out another person, and that's what happens in birth. And so to honor the other side of it too, I feel like it has to be. So I know
Yeah.
that
Yes.
will come
Yes. Do it. Do it. I
too.
say that because of what you just described. And also, went to a mother's group with my oldest, when he was 6 months old. And there were three of us who worked.
Okay.
And the three of us, we dropped out because people were so judgy, but we are still good friends. And our kids are now 18. And
Amazing.
so, right, we have just held each other through all of this. And it's been beautiful and so needed. It is so needed to have that support. So,
I love that you
thank
have
you.
that story. And we are trying to cultivate that same kind of opportunity for moms as well. So this is not just a day ceremony retreat. This is an opportunity to really connect with people that can travel your journey with you. And there's a practice in the ceremony that we do where we weave ourselves together with some red yarn. I'm wearing some actually in honor of another mama. And we wait until they go into labor, and then they let us know that they're in labor, and we cut our cord, is what we call it. We cut the cord to release the blessings of what we shared on the day of our event together. And so I feel like just through this, it gives us a way to stay connected after that day, and then throughout those times when we need that support, and to bring that energy and love back into the spaces that we need, and not just leave it there on the day. And then hopefully those relationships and bonds will expand and extend into life, just like you were talking about that they have.
Yeah. Oh, that made me a little, I got chills, and then I started to tear up because, well, it's such a beautiful journey. And, for me, watching these kids, they're about to go off to college, and now we moms are making plans of, oh my gosh, we're going to go visit them, and we're going to take them goodie bags. And, they were rolling around on the floor. They couldn't even crawl when we first met. So yes, to that
it gives
point,
me the goosebumps too. That's what it's about. We need that. When we're separated, we stand alone in our power. And sometimes there's a place for that, and that feels good too. But when we are united in the collective, that love and that power just is so magnificent.
It is. And that extends, out. I mean, that's why I like doing these entrepreneur truth talks, because this journey is not easy. We could be lone wolves. We could stand in our power and be, bring a lot of masculine energy to it. And I'm going to kick butt and blah, 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 which, some days I do.
You have to do. Yeah.
Yes. But most of the days I want community. I want support. I want love. I want acceptance. And if I just feel that bringing more of that into this journey is going to take us a lot further, right? Because we're rising together. And so we can do more, and we can bring more. I'll just say love, because we need more of that in the world.
We do.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. And no doubt it is, it multiplies and as the more we get of it, the more we're able to give of it, as just
like self-care.
Exactly. We deplete so fast when we're not filling and fueling back up. It's survival, yet we've labeled it self-care as a luxury, and it's really not.
Right.
It's survival,
It is survival. Yes. Agreed.
Yeah.
Oh, you are so refreshing. I just love chatting with you.
I love chatting with you too, Lisa.
Thank
you for everything too that you continue to bring to our community, and the support that you give to other entrepreneurs. You're such an inspiration. You're such a light. We were talking a little bit about the struggle the struggles that we have as entrepreneurs, and the challenges that have come up in our journeys and efforts. And it's hard to put yourself out there. It's hard to bring yourself forth, your ideas, your face, all of your words. But you just own it, and you're such a wonderful example. And we need examples like that, like you. I feel like your inspiration goes so far, has touched so many of us, and given us that, for me anyway, like that opportunity to take a breath and just go, okay, yeah, I can push all that negative stuff away. We all have light, and we all have goodness that others need. And
yes. Yeah. Thank you for saying all that. You're going to make me get weepy again. No, I appreciate that, because it's not always easy for me to hit record. Some days I'm like, I barely slept. I don't know. My kids are driving me crazy, but I'm going to get on and tell people da, 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 da. But I know that there's a message to be shared, just like there are moms who need your support. Yeah. So we do it. We just keep going. Yeah.
So true.
So thank you. Yes. Yeah. So your retreat, April 6th?
April 6th. Yes, it's going to be a 6-hour retreat. We're going to have a meal. We'll share a meal at the end, and yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be a time for people to connect, to gather. It's not rigid. It's fluid. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, a
Good.
lot of good.
Yeah. And I'll put a link in the show notes for anyone who is in the North County, San Luis Obispo area. Because you should join, and I just might sneak up the stairs of the loft just so I can,
Bring it.
yeah, I can kind of do a little peek, give you a, yeah, send you my energy. So
We
thank you
would
for
love that.
joining me today, Kyla.
Thank you,
Always
Lisa.
good to chat with you.
You too.
And yeah, so we will see you all for another Truth Talk next week. Bye.
Good. Bye.